Whether that is the presage of a bit of a downpour or not, we are only going to be able to find out in a matter of time. Andy Priaulx sits ready to go on the front row of the grid. Just in front of him is our pole sitter Alain Menu and the rest of the 27 cars making their way round onto the grid. There's Bart Manpai, who runs the BMW Team UK operation, RBM, and there are the massed ranks of the Chevrolet men with team boss Ray Malek in the midst of them. BMW's second and fourth, Chevrolet's first and third. Who is going to win the scramble to the first corner? Well, Priaulx's got a history of being taken out into that corner as well as Rob Huff. So the reds rise, the red lights are on, away they go. Let's see, you saw big clouds of diesel smoke. Let's see how the Chevrolet's immediately moving over to try and intervene between the BMWs. It's Priaulx that's got the lead, Alain Menu behind him. Somebody's bodywork goes flying. Priaulx onto the racing line, Menu defending hard against Jörg Müller, and into fourth place slots Nicola Larini, and they have got through safely so far, and everybody making it off the line and through the first couple of corners. BMW and Chevrolet first and second, BMW and Chevrolet third and fourth, and the best of the turbo diesels is Yvan Muller, and he is trying to set the record straight by not winning race one, but to try and take the win in race two. Stefano Daste's teammate Sergio Hernandez dives by the Engstler BMW to pick up a place. Looking back from Thiago Montero, it's going to be a very busy race, and Andy Priaulx's where he wants to be now. He's got to clear off John and try and leave the battling behind him.
Yeah, and it looks as though he's doing that. He's just got a buffer, he's got a 10-car lead at the minute. He's just got to get his head down and get on with this, and before these Chevys start to get up to speed, get the tyres up, and it could be a different story. But the trouble is that Menu's having to defend hard here against Muller.
And Larini as well, hard against the other Muller, Yvan Muller. He's got Jordi Genet right behind him. And John, it's not scorchingly hot and blue skies, it's overcast, it's pretty cool for Valencia, and that's helping. It's going to help long-term the turbo diesel Seats, because it's going to help keep their tyres healthy for longer, and so it's not beyond the bounds of possibility. We might see a Seat win here in Spain still.
Yeah, it's also good, this temperature is good for the BMW rear-wheel drive. It gets the tyres up to temperature much faster. I mean, a front-wheel drive car, you really struggle to get heat into the rear tyres. So it might take a couple of laps for them to get some real temperature in the tyres and then start to attack.
Priaulx leads across the line at the end of lap one. That's James Thompson. He's in the battle for 10th place. Ricardo Rydell right behind him in the Seat. James Thompson in the Honda. Gabriele Tarquini's in front. There's the lead queue. And down the inside comes Rydell. He's going to have to be a little closer and just as committed to get by Tormo, because these two old sparring partners will know that there's not going to be any free gibbies here. And Larini has been passed, hasn't it? Or at least that Huff going by Genet was. That's Huff going by Genet from 7th up to 6th. So although his teammates are under pressure, this is Larini being attacked by Yvan Muller. Contact. Muller's on the curbs on the inside to try and get himself a clean drive on the exit. And that's good racing by both men, John Cleland.
Yeah, well, Nicola's never going to be an easy guy to pass, but Yvan is pretty brutal too. There's three of them all in there.
And that's Huff on the inside. He sees that Larini is keeping Muller offline, and Huff's now on the inside line, and Huff goes through. He's making up a position. He's going to do him under braking if he can get through past Nicola Larini.
Yeah, that was a good move.
Oh, that was very opportunist. Now he's made up 2 in the first lap and a half. So Rob Huff with one of the quickest cars out there.
I think Rob's going to pester Nick, and just there you are, a little bit of munch in the back bumper.
Big slide from Larini. He really had to struggle to hold on to that. Are they finding water out there? I'm not sure. Priaulx leads by 0.8 from Menu, so Menu's not being dropped by the BMW, and Jörg Müller 0.4 behind. 1, 2, 3, there they go. Then the two Chevrolets, 4th and 5th, Larini and Huff, who was 7th at the beginning of this lap. So Rob is the big mover. There's Sergio Hernandez and Augusto Farfus. Now they started right at the back of the grid with that BMW car number 3, because it was damaged in race 1, and they took the option to try and repair it. Took the car out of Parc Fermé, which automatically puts you to the back of the grid. So he's making good progress, and look at Thompson defending in the background, John.
Yeah, he's working hard on that one.
This is Thiago Montero, turbo diesel oomph down the straight. Well, the Honda's not slow, hasn't been short of company. Look, the back bumper's had a
that's exactly why the back bumper's done.
And there was Montero who put that mark in race 1, wasn't it? And that's Huff past Larini. Well, that was always going to happen. Larini's car looks a real handful for some reason.
Yeah, Huff's got a much stronger car here, and he's just going to take it, but Nick was going to hold him up.
And Ivan's having a go too. Well, that's exactly what we like to see in these races, and the Chevrolets are really starting to pull it in because Menu has taken the lead.
Just past Prio somewhere.
He has just squeezed past Andy Prio. Prio, Jörg Müller second and third. Rob Huff in fourth. Larini being dropped by the Seats down to fifth, sixth, seventh, who knows. But goodness me, Alain Menu with the lead of the race from starting last on the grid after being bumped out of qualifying. 23rd, in fact, he was on the grid. That's some fairy tale for him. And Huff looks like he's coming right up to join him as well.
Yeah, the rear-wheel drive cars managed to get heat in their tyres early on there. It's now taking about 2.5 to 3 laps to get the rear temperature up on the Chevys. 3 wide,
Larini on the outside. He's in trouble here, John. Nobody's going to give him racing room.
No, that's not going to work.
Van Muller tucks in front, gets a bump, and look at Farfus, he's right up in this.
There's 2 or 3 really hard chargers in there, and Mr. Ivan Muller and Nicola Larini, is that Farfus going off?
There's oh no, sorry, it's not Farfus, it's Alex Zanardi. Oh well, there's Farfus behind him now. I was going to say Farfus was 15th on the last lap, but he's not that far up yet. Thompson again defending against Montero as they come across the line, and on board with Jörg. We're in 3rd place, and Rob Huff on his own in 4th. Larini's been dumped, and Thompson defending hard against Montero. No contact this time though.
James has got a fast car in a straight line, but the chassis just not quite got it around the corners again. He's having to defend, and this could end in tears.
And it does end in tears. Thompson has a big slide. Well, his rally heritage helps him hold it, and Thiago Montero gets thumped out of the way
by his own teammate.
Jordi Genet trying to get through past Nicola Larini. He's got Gabriele Tarquini right behind him. Larini, Tarquini, and the other Eni, Rydell, is right there in the 3 Eni Seats. But Ivan Muller is starting to pull away, but he's not really fastest first sector of the race by Rob Huff. Rob Huff is the quickest car on track, has got the fastest race lap, barring his teammate Alain Menu. So Rob Huff is really charging up the order in 4th.
I think you'll find Rob's going to catch on to this lead bunch, and once he gets there, he's just going to work these BMWs over really hard. We're only 4 laps into the race.
I know, they've got a long time to try and hold on to their podium spots. Alain Menu leads on lap 4 of 13 here in Valencia. Andy Prio, Jörg Müller 2nd and 3rd, Rob Huff in 4th. Ivan Muller there on his own in 5th. The blue car is Nicola Larini in 6th, ahead of Genet Tarquini Rydell. And this is how that happened. Larini's really struggling for grip. Looks like maybe his rear tyres weren't just up to temperature earlier, and he's cooked the front. I don't know, something going on there. Meanwhile, this was happening behind. James Thompson being thumped by Thiago Montero for the umpteenth time. Montero seems to have a Honda magnet firmly attached to the front of the car, and they both lost a place there. Montero is in trouble now because he's already got a 30-second penalty in this race. He could end up with some really severe penalties if he doesn't cut that out, because I don't think that's the sort of thing that they want to see. Even Farfus there ahead of, I mean, there are battles everywhere. They're 21, that's the new kid on the block in the Seat team. That's Jose Manuel Perez Eckhart. That's in the prize drive Sunred Seat, and he's doing a good job. I mean, he's ahead of Thiago Montero, Felix Porchero, and the whole of the independent field as well.
I think James Thompson's car, that was just hitting one of the other panels that hasn't already been damaged this weekend, so I think he's now got damage on them all.
Drive-through penalty has been handed to Thiago Montero for that, and I wouldn't be surprised if that, well, you can't penalise the same offence twice, so that will be the last we hear of it, but he's going to have to really keep his nose clean, because I think he will get a bit of a talking to. Now, we've seen this so many times over the years, Jörg Müller and Andy Prio in very close company, and it's almost inevitably the case that you can't pass. If it's Andy chasing Jörg, we've seen it countless times, and Jörg chasing Andy ditto. You can't push and pass, you can't tap, you can't ease them offline. You just have to really pile on the pressure and hope that there's a mistake. But the chances are, with these two being so close, John, that's very likely to be the way that they end up in that order.
It could well be, because although they're not teammates, they're working for the same manufacturer. They've got to work together here and not take each other off, or it just lets Rob Huff through in the other Chevrolet.
Well, that's the thing. They'll get manufacturer's points for 2nd and 3rd unless they really start messing around, and then Huff gets manufacturer's points for 2nd for Chevrolet. So they certainly don't want that. They want everything they can get. Thompson on his own across the line, now down in 11th place. And there is Felix Porchero in 12th position. So Alain Menu still leads 1.8 second. Not a huge advantage over Andy Priaulx, but you can see the blue car in front there, John, and that's enough to mean that he doesn't have to think about his mirrors, look in his mirrors. It's just him and the road. Could be a test session as far as he's concerned.
It's the ideal position for Alain now. He's just got a little bit of a buffer. He doesn't have to defend. He can pick his line. He can stay off the dirty parts of the track and just make the best of it. And he's turning in fastest lap after fastest lap here.
Tarquini and Ivan Muller, or Rydell rather, thereby going past Nick Larini, and that was them both up into the points, Tarquini and Rydell, and Larini out. And the other thing, of course, for Menu, the really good news for Menu, is the other blue car, Rob Huff.
Rob Huff is now getting back on the train here. It's going to have to, he's then going to pester these two BMWs of Muller and Priaulx, and they're now going to have to defend, which lets Alain get it further away. So it plays right in Alain's hands here.
Well, the reason he's closing in his lap times, 1:44.4 for him.